Hey everyone, GratuiTous here. In this course, you guys are going to be learning about sound selection. Sound selection is probably the number one secret to making really good beats. So first of all, we have sound placement where you are clicking in your sounds. That's probably like the most important thing to learn. And as you start to advance, then you want to be thinking about your sound selection. So if you're selecting kick drums and using bass lines, you have to be careful what type of kick drum you are selecting. So in this course, I'm going to be talking to you about sound selection. So some things that we're going to be covering in this course, we will be looking at, I actually have a lot of different things I cover with you. We actually make a beat from scratch and I talk to you about how I approach sound selection, but I talk to you about sound placement versus sound selection. I talk to you about sound selection when it comes to your instruments as well as your drum samples for your drum loop. I talk to you about time. For example, is the note short or long? That's a huge difference in if you want a sound to stand out. I talked to you about pitch, which means taking advantage of octaves for the sound. For example, are you playing the sound down low, in the mids, in the highs, and volume, okay? If a sound is short or long, if something's shorter, typically you can play it a lot louder. And then I take you into a really cool bonus kind of area where I talk to you about how to play sounds for clarity. So we talk again about sound placement, we talk about the types of sounds, and the big word you'll hear me talk about throughout this course is something called timbre, Timbre. So we have our fundamental pitch of a sound. Timbre is the frequencies on top for flavor. Really important to understand because some sounds are very soft sounding, some sounds are really aggressive sounding. I talked to you about, again, the length of the sound, octaves. I talked to you about single notes versus chords. This is a huge trick to know if you want to have a lot of melodies in your music and they're not fighting with each other, as well as dry notes versus wet notes. All right, here is just a little example of a beat I've recently made, and I just want you to look at the frequency analyzer. The track is called Peace for My Family, and so let's just hit play here. And so right now the kick drum is not playing, so there's no low end content happening. Here's the bass comes in. We have a snare. Whenever that snare plays, we're also hearing it up here. Here comes the chorus. So you can hear this track is sounding really, really full, right? And this course, you are going to be learning how I use lots of instruments in my beats to get you a super full sounding beat, tons of different melodies. I have a piano, I have a bass, a viola, plucks, arps. These are things you have to be thinking about, okay? So if you are interested in learning sound selection in your beats, I'm revealing so many secrets I've learned over the years to teach you sound selection in your beats. What does that mean? When we have our instruments, as you can see, I'm even using FL keys. And again, if you guys use FL Studio, a lot of people talk bad about FL keys. FL keys is amazing. Play up higher. So you have to be making sure you're taking advantage of your octaves and all that stuff. So if you want to learn to make very high quality beats, this is a great course to learn about sound selection. So again, we have sound placement where we're actually clicking in our sounds. Sound selection is selecting the type of instrument at the right time, making sure to take advantage of octaves, the length of the note, all those things I listed at the beginning of this video. So if you want to learn to understand sound selection in your beats, enroll, watch the course, and I hope you guys really enjoy this one.